So we have a Fischer Panda Mini 8, brand new. New install here, beautiful 38 suit. Good family and his customers. Repowered with triple 350 4.3s last year. His engines, a little bit of messy, but here we got the generator running. Obviously, brand new. Fuel pump, filter housing. Got rid of the old Raycore 110, put a R120 in there. Pretty good mounting location. We actually had to put an extension harness in for the 220. So I put this poly-based clear plastic mounted here with some DIN rails. See, we got the connections in there. It's got a vent on it. Customer can see in there. Watertight for the most part. No valves down there. Clean bolt. Got the new GP 203 panel. Barely see with the LED screen, but put a little cover in there, fit it from the old one. Alright, get this generator shut down, show you the inside. This is nice because they have a stop button in the bilge. The older ones didn't have that. So here, failure bypass switch, turns on the fuel pump. Change the fuel filters, prime it. You don't want to start one of these generators. Don't try to start one of these generators more than 2 times unprimed and cranking with the C-cock open. So if it doesn't start the first time, usually tell a customer, shut it down and try priming it and then crank it over again, because this little hose right here will flood salt water into that exhaust, into the exhaust manifold and into the cylinder head and hydraulic engine. See the capacitors here. You got 6 on here. Like I said, this is an 8 kW. This is your actuator. This controls the speed that the generator runs at and how it would adjust when there's a load on it. So this VCS and boost board here. These used to be on the outside of the older units. Now they put them in these nice little watertight boxes inside. These can be sent out along with the CT board here to Panda for evaluation if there's ever an issue. You get an electronics evaluation form online. This is your voltage connection box. I'm not going to take this off. This is where your power comes out of, so if you're not a tech and you don't know what you're doing, don't touch this. Water pumps right here. Pretty easy to change the impeller, but I always recommend to take the water pump out, change the impeller, change the 2 seals inside. I usually do that for every customer with every service. Oil filters back there, fuel filters right here. They got rid of those little Raycores, now they use a little Wix filter. If you ever have to prime it, you should always pre-fill the Raycore fuel filter, the primary, but this little secondary is a little hard to pre-fill, so if you ever need to prime it, you got air in the system, you could crack this little bleeder here, put a cup under it, and hit this button, failure bypass button. That will bypass all of the alarms too, so the engine won't shut down when you start it and hold that. Here's your oil change hose. Comes from Panda with a little fitting on it. Connect the end of it, connect your hose, suck the oil out. Very, very straightforward and simple. Anytime you do an oil change on here, you always want to load up, and got a little antifreeze, you got to clean that off when we installed. But you always want to put a bunch of rags back there or oil absorbers, because you will spill oil in the case and it'll get everywhere. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Kubota engine. I changed the paint on them recently. This paint looks a little bit better, I guess. You always want to watch back here. Over time, see corrosion around this. This will leak down and get into the back end, and even though it's sealed, it'll still get back there. Salt water finds its way everywhere. So always keep an eye on this hose, make sure it's not leaking, and keep an eye on the exhaust. Check around the gasket where it mounts to the exhaust manifold. Let's make sure there's no salt anywhere. I have no idea what's on the radio right now. That's your water sensor. This will shut it down. So sometimes you might see the water alarm, high water alarm, in the crank from the GP203 screen. Sometimes these can short out. Obviously, it's normally open, so you know if somehow the wires get connected somewhere in this or going into the VCS, it will throw that code. So I've even had instances where the VCS, something inside was bad and somebody had to get out and go fishing and they needed the generator, so I just bypassed it at the wiring harness. I kept it open. So that's it. Pretty straightforward. Nice little unit. As long as you keep up with the maintenance, don't listen to everybody else. I've installed a lot of them. I work on a lot of them. Not very problematic when you do the right thing. All right.